Hello, I finally found a quiet moment to check out some sandals. It's not easy in quarantine times. It seems like every room is always occupied. Anyway, so I already talked about Promenade, which I had to sell because of volume. You can see that I've been wearing this one. I've got it dirty already, even with quarantine. It doesn't take much going to the mail and stuff. Anyway, so this is Grace. Grace is much more like their Summer Lenka model that's still available on their website. The difference being that the Summer Lenka has this split strap. Otherwise, they're basically in the same position. They have the same mechanics. They have a Velcro strap, so you can fully adjust them. As you can see, even with my wide feet, I'm actually adjusting them a little bit tighter than they come. So Lenkas are quite wide, which I love. Give me width. Let my feet be happy. Don't restrict. I'm a big fan of that. Now, the strap system, as far as I can tell, other than I brought my tea. I'll take a quick drink. As far as I can tell, other than this becoming split, this part back here, if you saw my little mirror post the other day, you can see that it is the same, which is fun. The strap system's fine. The only thing is the sole's changed, and that's leading a lot of people to size down, including myself. But this stayed the same relative to its size. So my gray straps back here are smaller than my Summer Lenka straps back here. That is a little bit noticeable for me with a high volume foot and a substantial ankle, I guess you could say, nicely. So be aware that that is something to keep in mind when you're choosing sizing if you're at the upper end like I am. So anyway, about that sizing, they changed things just a little bit. In addition to the actual, it's really hard to tell and to show you one-handed, but to my view, what it looks like, here you can see my Mookie shoes stash. It looks like the shape may have changed just a little bit. Like this bottom one, the older one, has a little bit different point. The newer might be a little bit more rounded. It's hard to be exact about that because the length's changed. I'm trying to remember my pre-video research, which I never do. So hopefully y'all appreciate that. That this is 27.7 centimeters and this is 27.2 centimeters. My foot is about, my larger foot is about 26.9. So technically I have the room here, and the other one would have been well over a centimeter longer. So really I'm in between sizes, and that kind of plays out for me to be in between like that, in the sense that because my foot shape does not perfectly match this with a longer big toe, mine is more rounded and my second toe is just a tad longer. That means that by the time we get here to my fourth toe, I'm kind of on the stitching. So I'm going to wear it to the store this weekend. We really have such rocking social lives right now. And I'm going to wear it when I go to this store next time and see how that plays out with a little bit more walking than just going up and down the hill to the mailbox or around the house. But that is something that I think people don't consider enough when they're buying shoes, is how the shape of your foot affects how the shoe fits. If your shape is a longer big toe and you angle back like that, you can, in some instances, especially in a shoe that matches your shape, you can go smaller than you could otherwise. Whereas my fourth toe, oddly, is usually the one that necessitates me going up in size. We all have our crosses to bear. So please definitely keep that in mind. There's length, there's width, there's volume, and there's foot shape. All of those really matter when you're selecting a shoe and a size. Foot nerd discussion recently talking about that exact thing. You know who you are if you're watching. That that people do need to consider that, and that makes it tough on shoe companies because they can't really account for everybody's variations. They've got to do what they can. So anyway, that's why I make these videos, because shoe companies can give you as much information as they can, but I hope that by getting first looks like this that you get a little bit more sense of what might or might not work for you. I don't think it's fair to be mad at shoe companies for taking a certain route and it just not working for everybody, because everybody's feet are so different. So you really can't expect for one company to fit all unless you're willing to bind your foot tightly and put it on a lot of cushion and wear a non-minimalist shoe. So we aren't here for that. We're here for shoes that are healthy for our feet. That allows us to learn our feet, and then that allows us to learn what doesn't work for our foot. So it's the downside, I guess, to minimalist as far as being able to find shoes is a little bit more challenging, because once you make this change, you don't fit into the mold anymore. So anyway, I also got this handy little, very inexpensive and probably not super precise tool off Amazon that allows you to measure millimeters. So I can tell you this older sole is thicker than this sole by like a millimeter. It's not the most exact, so I can't guarantee exactly the thickness difference, but I tested it at some different points and I get about 7 here and about 8 here. They are different. This is a natural rubber. This is, I guess you'd say, a molded rubber that's been cut to shape. They do have mostly the same shape. Flexibility wise, I didn't want to do this on Promenade because I was selling it and it can wrinkle the footbed, but my foot's going to wrinkle the footbed too. So, and you can go backwards. I think that's really important, that your foot be able to do what it needs to do as far as ground feel. You can go backwards in this one, though it is a little stiffer. You can go this way. It also doesn't seem to recover as quickly as the natural rubber. I've definitely said before, like, hey, both are fine, but I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little more picky, but I really like this natural sole on the other, and I hope we see it again, especially on city models, on colors that I wasn't able to get, like mustard and plum, we'll see. Just putting that out there, people. Oh, yeah. I don't remember my train of thought. I got distracted by my favorite shoe, the City 19. So, I am going to keel over in spring, apparently. It's raining and I'm still coughing. That's just not fair. Sorry for all the tea drinks. Hopefully it's not too loud on the video. I will update again with Grace when I get to wear it more. Promenade quickly moved on to somebody with lower volume feet, and hopefully they will love it. We'll see about Grace. I do, excuse me, love this color. I have to point out, actually, I got a discount on Grace. I've ordered a lot from them. I talk about them a lot. They were like, hey, would you like to try this? And we'll give you a discount. And I said, sure. So just full disclosure on that. I did get a discount on Grace. I'm giving it a go. What I was going to say is, because of the discount, I was like, okay, so what color? I don't really wear white sandals, so that was kind of out. I already have one metallic pair of shoes and actually another one on the way. And that's a big step for me. So gold is kind of out. And I know a couple of other people on Instagram who talk like this, or better, more professional than this, already have the gold. So I was like, you know what, I'll try the pink. I'm not a huge pink wearer, but I thought, hey, let's give it a go. And I thought it was going to be like really pink. That is one thing to be aware of with the Lenka pictures is several times the color on the website has looked different when I got it. So don't get super duper attached to color before you get it. I thought it was going to be super pink. It came out this really nice dusty rose, which I love. So in this case, that worked out pretty well in my favor. I just wanted to put that out there for people to be aware. If you have any questions about the shoe or want me to check out any particular aspect of it in the next video after I've worn it some more, please drop a comment or message me and I will include that. Thank you.